Disclaimer before the video starts, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is just a dramatization and over-exaggeration to get my frustration out. Anyway, most of this is not true. Well, part of it is truthful. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry you had to watch this in advance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a day that I'll live in infamy. For the first time since 2013, in the first year of joining the ECHL, and the final year for the Komets' Al Sims coaching career, the Fort Wayne Komets have missed the playoffs. They will not be in this year's Kelly Cup playoffs. It has been quite a year. This is the year I decided to cover it, and I saw what was expected to be, what was potential for something great, has turned into one of the biggest failures in this team's history. Going from absolutely with high potential to crashing down to miss the playoffs. What is there to be?
This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the United States government to participate in the emergency broadcast system serving the Fort Wayne area. During this emergency, many radio and television stations will remain on the air, broadcasting news and official information for areas assigned to them. This station will remain on the air and will serve the Fort Wayne area. If you are not in the Fort Wayne area, you should now tune your radio or television to other stations until you hear one broadcasting news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency broadcast system serving the Fort Wayne area. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or at least it was a good evening. This is Bennett Wagner, your civil defense announcer. We at the WIXA News Desk have received credible information about 10 minutes ago of a report of ballistic objects observed by the public and confirmed by air traffic controllers via the air. The report we received that these potentially destructive devices are moving at a rather slow pace, possibly not much more than 100 miles an hour or so, flying not much more than 1,000 feet in altitude. The report from the public describes the object as a large nail or screw-like object at the head, like that of a lawn dart, the body of the shape of a flying fish, undoubtedly fashioned like a walleye, about the size of a mid-sized automobile with wingspans of that of a modest private fashion jet, and can only be compared in design to allegedly like the angel of the Lord. Leaving behind it a dark red and black cloud of smoke in its path like a contrail of burning kerosene almost. And just as I was reading off the information right off the news wires, we have this information now hot off the presses from several anonymous sources that the ballistic object originated from parts unknown and its intended target is the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. The motive statement from very early and very sketchy unconfirmed sources reports, quote, to end an empire of ice and for retaliation for the 2021 Kelly Cup and for the basement dwellers now no more, end quote. And now I can piece two and two together that this is just pure speculation, that this may have to do with the Fort Wayne Komets missing the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. Ugh, for the love of God, what an insane motive to cause mass chaos for. Although I, Bennett Wagner, your civil defense announcer, is an insane reporter that has been driven to the point of insanity after the past 6 months of Komets. Yes? Yes, Woomy. Speak up, my comrade. An attack is imminent, you say? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We've hoped that this moment would never come, but it's time to take your safety precautions. Any persons within a 3-mile radius of the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum must seek immediate shelter. Take shelter immediately. Take your pets, children with you, and hug them. If none, of the previously mentioned are available. Bring your Inklings, your Baron Bunnies, and your waifus with you and squeeze them real tight. Take cover like you would for a tornado. Lowest floor of your home or business, away from windows, and we have no idea if this object is benign or if it's indeed a weapon of mass destruction from an enemy. If you have a mask, please wear it. After impact, potential of large amounts of kerosene fuel, as reported earlier, could make the air toxic to breathe. You only have a minute or two to take shelter. We here at WIXA are not in the area of concern, so we will stay on the air as instructed by the emergency broadcast system. Take a battery-powered radio or take your computer with you to your place of refuge as long Hit confirm. Hit confirmed. Okay. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bennett Wagner, your civil defense announcer here. We have briefly lost power after taking a minor earthquake. We apologize for any disruption of communication via radio or simulcast on YouTube. All of our news wires are now printing off new information tenfold. Okay, this information is just in. We now at the WIXA studios can now report, and I am quote and direct, being completely honest with y'all, that the ballistic object en route to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum has indeed hit its target. However, local authorities can preliminarily report that no major damage has occurred either to the Coliseum, the Expo Center, or to the surrounding neighborhoods, and that casualties are minimal to none. Oh, praise God, from He all blessings flow that there's nothing going on at the Coliseum tonight. And another bulletin now says that apart from a small kerosene fire in the parking lot, scatterings of fish guts and chum, bird feathers, and aluminum shrapnel across the parking lot. The parking lot in reference must be that of the Coliseum, I presume. It has to be said, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. The third and final bulletin handed out to us is that local officials can give the attention signal to cease operations under the emergency broadcast system, as per order from the Network Scrooge, in which, per order of the Network Scrooge, we will do so at this time. Please stand by. This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal broadcast operations. You're listening to WIXA, Fort Wayne, Muncie, your home and only home for suboptimal Comet hockey, New York Islander hockey, Splatoon highlights, IndyCar coverage, subliminal Genshin Impact shoehorning, and award-winning weather journalism, and much, much more. Serving an audience of 64 listeners strong since 2022. The current time is 10:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the current temperature in Muncie is 65 degrees and 61 degrees in Fort Wayne. We now return to your regularly scheduled programming. Well, hello everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the Hoyoverse After Dark podcast. I'm your host, Inkling_XA. Apologies for the events that happened beforehand that caused our show to be preempted. If that isn't a representation of this year's Komets, I don't know what is. Also, what the heck is my colleague smoking? Hug your Baron Bunnies? And your waifus? Are you serious, Bennett Wagner? Jeez. Get some help, dude. What a schmuck. Anyway, we got this information just handed us to start off the show. We can now, unfortunately, report one fatality as a direct result of the UFO attack, and he has been identified. 10-year-old male Comet playoff hockey of Fort Wayne was found dead as a result of the attack. It looks like that. No other casualties have been reported to us. Knowing the desperation and recklessness of young Comet playoff hockey, this has become no surprise with anyone with common sense, or a brain for that matter of fact. While Mr. Comet Hockey continues to live on his son's legacy, This has to be a devastating blow to the Komet family. I guess we'll have to wait until next spring to find out the birth of another Komet playoff hockey. Why are we so bad?
Going all the way around, he scores! Unbelievable.